So this coming Thursday is Thanksgiving, which we all know is a super heavy carb holiday. So as a type 1 diabetic or a type 2 diabetic, here's how you can prepare. Now, some of my recommendations will change based on if you're a type 1 diabetic or if you're a type 2 diabetic, because most of the times, type 1s are the ones who use insulin and type 2s just have to manage their diet. And so if you are a type 2 diabetic that just has to manage your diet, it's going to look a little bit different for you this holiday season than somebody living with type 1 diabetes. If you are a type 2 diabetic, you can still absolutely participate in the Thanksgiving holiday. But really what a type 2 needs to do, and type 1s also need to prepare this way, what you need to do is make sure that you have a full balanced plate when you make your Thanksgiving plate. And yes, there are so many carbs, like the stuffing, that is a lot of carbs, and the pie, of course, is a lot of carbs. And so we may have to pick and choose here which things we want to add to our plate when we are eating our Thanksgiving meal. But when I say a balanced meal, you want to make sure to include the protein, fiber, fat, and then of course the carbs. And like I mentioned, yes, of course you can include carbs, but you really want to make sure you have these other nutrients that will help balance out your blood sugar. And it's really, really crucial on a day like this because it is such a food-oriented holiday and it's such carb-oriented holiday. And so we may have to choose whatever our favorite carb is this day and choose that. Now, if you're a type 1 diabetic, I still think that you need to have a balanced plate. It's really important to have protein, so make sure you're eating your turkey, and you want to add the fat in there and the fiber as well. So if you're a type 2 diabetic and you are picking and choosing the carbs that you want to eat on this Thanksgiving holiday, or even if you're a type 1 that's wanting to be cautious about what you're eating on this Thanksgiving holiday, some certain Thanksgiving foods to watch out for. 2 of the hidden ones are gravy and cranberry sauce. Yes, those contain carbs, so be careful when you're using them. Don't dump your turkey and gravy. Be very cautious when you're eating those. The more obvious, of course, yes, is the stuffing, the cornbread, the pie. Those are some of the high carb options that you want to watch out for. And like I mentioned, you can still eat these, but maybe eat a smaller piece. If you know that you're gonna have cornbread, pie, and stuffing, well, maybe take a tiny piece of cornbread, a tiny spoonful of stuffing, and then also a tiny slice of pie. So we have to, sadly, I know it's unfortunate, but we do have to be cautious with our blood sugars when we are choosing our Thanksgiving plate. Another tip for somebody that takes insulin who lives with diabetes is to pre-bolus like a champ, okay? This is the day that you want to pre-bolus, you guys. You don't want to take your insulin last minute and then start eating. You want to make sure to take it 15 to 20 minutes prior to eating. And don't get me wrong, I know sometimes that's hard because you don't know when you're eating, but if you know the person that's cooking the meal, ask them and say, hey, can you let me know when we're 15, 20 minutes out from eating? Because I would love to take my insulin to prepare for this meal. And pre-bolusing will help you so much when you are eating your Thanksgiving meal because we need that insulin to hit at the same time that the food is hitting. And that will totally help that blood sugar spike once we are eating the carbs. Another tip for you is to move on Thanksgiving Day. I know it's a family-oriented day where you watch football because there's a bunch of great games on Thanksgiving Day, but it's important to get outside. And hopefully it's not going to be super cold for anybody that you don't want to be outside, but even if you are, bundle up, go outside. Go for a walk because that will absolutely help your blood sugar. Go for a walk before you eat, but then also make sure to go for a walk after you eat. I would say if you can go for a walk, 30 minutes to an hour after you eat, that will absolutely help your blood sugars. And if you're really feeling crazy, go for another walk 2 to 3 hours later, and your blood sugar will be on this amazing curve that you won't see any crazy blood sugar spikes. And just always make sure you know where your blood sugars are at on Thanksgiving Day, especially with all of the carby, sugary meals and desserts that we'll be eating. You can experience some sort of spike, and you can go high, but you can also go low. And so you want to make sure to either make sure your CGM is live and working well and you are watching your blood sugar. But then if you're a type 2 and maybe you just have a meter, make sure to prick your finger every hour or so just to check and make sure that your blood sugar is in a place that you want it to be on this day to stay safe and healthy. And then lastly, remember that it is Thanksgiving and you deserve to eat a Thanksgiving meal just like everybody else. And so if your blood sugar happens to go a little bit higher than normal on this special day, it's okay. Everything will be okay. I always just say, do what you have to do to bring your blood sugar back down and then forget about it. Go spend time with your family, go enjoy this time together, but don't worry too much about your blood sugar on this one day, because I would rather you have fun and not stress out about blood sugar. I'd rather you enjoy time with family and worry about blood sugar second. But like I mentioned, if you see your blood sugar going high, take some insulin and then go for a walk. Or if you're type 2 diabetic and you see your blood sugar going high, go for a walk, do a dance move, jump, play with the kids, whatever the case may be. Just make sure you're moving and doing things that will help lower the blood sugar. I hope this helped, and I really hope that everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving week, and I hope everyone gets to spend time with their family members, and I just hope everyone has a wonderful time celebrating Thanksgiving. Just a quick reminder, we only have this episode and then one more episode before December, and we take December off. It is holiday season. It is time to spend time with family. And so that's what I will be doing. And so December, we take off the entire month, but then we'll be back in January of 2026. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Have a wonderful week. See you later.